Hi sir, how are you?
Very good.
So Sachin, everybody knows you are a multitask person. He's a business tycoon, an entrepreneur, and now an actor. Which role do you like the most?
Well, it's the other way around. I was an actor first,
Okay.
and then a businessman, and then an entrepreneur.
Okay. Which you like the most?
See, these three roles are for three different purposes.
Okay.
First of all, I'm a passionate person. So I do everything with passion. Whether it is even while talking to people also, it can be done with passion. So for me, the first thing that I've learned was about cinema or sports. These are the two things that I've always been fascinated about. And cinema today for me, or acting today for me, is more passion driven for my creative satisfaction. And of course, whatever you do creatively, it has to be also making business sense. That comes from my business acumen. So that's how I'm involved with cinema. And when it comes to entrepreneur, it's for making business and doing business to eventually creating a brand name and a company which the world recognizes. And then the third thing that I would want to do is to do something or do business which can do good for the society in a way. So these are the way I think one should work, and this is how I'm working.
Okay. What made you to thought to enter into films?
Well, when I was 8 and 9, and I was, where I was brought up in Pune. So the house that I have and the house of FTI Pune was the same thing. So as a child, I always used to see shootings going on the other side. And there I happened to, one day, through the wall, somebody asked me, would you come and act for me? And I started acting for him. And like that, I did 4 or 5 documentary films for the students of FTI. So since then, the seed was always there with me. And finally, when I became 15, 16, the offer came in that, you're good looking, you can work hard. Why don't you pursue acting as a career? And that's where I started off.
Fantastic. And you're basically a CCL owner. But this year even deals up, you are a kabaddi player. How you shift from cricket to kabaddi, and how important is Yaar even to you? Because you have been launching in Tamil as a hero, as a state film. It's a bilingual and Yaar even. So you were playing a kabaddi player.
For me, sports has always been important.
Okay.
I've been playing sports from the age of 10. My first love of sport was football.
Okay.
But somehow we didn't have a support system in India. And that's how I got diverted to cricket.
Okay.
But then slowly, when you're a naughty child, you want to be. I've always been studying in hostels, so you want to stay out of the class. The only way was sports.
Okay.
So if you play sports for the school or for the district or for the state, you get an excuse from the school, and that's why I started playing sports. So it was not just football or cricket. I was also playing table tennis or swimming or representing in various fields. So I've also played kabaddi, I've also played kho-kho, I've also played all these sports.
Okay.
And even kabaddi was picked up purely because kabaddi is a touch sport, it's a contact sport. And it also needs your skills and brain management. You need to manage a situation. And with a film like Yaar Even, which is a thriller, a murder mystery, you needed a character which is a strong character, strong physical attributes, and yet very brainy person. That's where the kabaddi was picked up. Obviously, even in chess, you apply a lot of brain,
Yeah.
but there's no physical touch to it. That's why kabaddi was picked up for Yaar Even.
Okay. And whenever the important things happening in the society, the medias are mostly focused into to get the views from the artist. Okay, this is what you feel about that. This thing is happening. This is, what's your view about that? What you look into it as an actor?
I think they come to actors or artists only because I think they have a certain influence over the audience.
Okay.
And positive influence. So they come to actors to get that positive thing or their views, so that audience will also understand and get influenced with it. That is why they have their views. With me,
which you mean it's right, you say?
No, I don't say it is right or wrong. Each individual has their own thought process.
Okay.
For some people it is right, for some people it is wrong. It cannot be right for everybody.
Okay.
So I have my views. I share my views as well whenever I want. But it is okay. I think there is each to its own.
Right. And coming into the advertisement endorsements, what do you think about the artists? Do they have the social responsibility before signing these endorsements? In what you feel in your perspective?
I definitely feel endorsement or advertisement or endorsing any product or any organization or any community, it's always a responsibility of an artist, and they need to think before they endorse. And if they find that there's nothing wrong with it, they should endorse it.
Okay. Now the technology has been grown very much. How do you take that way of growing the technology?
I think it's in everything has two sides to it.
Okay.
Technology is good if used positively. Technology can be a disaster if used negatively. So it is, for me, it is helping. It is a boon, and it is good for development of our country. For somebody else, they use the technology to do terrorist activities. So each to its own.
Say from 10 days or 15 days, you have been asked to keep your mobiles away and communication away from you. What will be your reaction?
Personally, if you ask me, I'll be the happiest man.
Okay.
But in terms of a responsible person, I think it will be a huge disaster.
Okay. And now the total entire India and the kids has been influenced by the blue whale games. Okay. How do you look into that?
It's a very sad thing. It is nothing but very sad that obsessed, eccentric children who are frustrated in their lives, wanting others to die as well, and setting up games like that. I heard about it, learned about it. A girl in Russia was also caught who activated the blue whale as a challenge. It is very, very, very depressing and sad. And for me, the first thing when I heard about it, I have a 9-year-old daughter. I took her phone away the first day because I don't want her to be attracted to something like this. And well, there are all kinds of negative things. Blue whale is one that has got highlighted, but there are many such things on digital platform which is not good for children, and we should
very careful and monitored.
Yeah, it should be monitored regularly, and has to be carefully handled. Parental guidance is required.
Okay. And coming into the life, how do you look your life into? Is it a credit card or debit card?
My life is definitely like a credit card, because credit card is such, you can swipe and buy whatever you want, but later on you have to pay the bill. So it's important that your karma, it's a simple philosophy. You do the right things with, not saying the right things is not important. Do the right things. Your actions should speak louder than words. Because here I feel in this world, especially in India, we are all good at talking, but very few people can show it in their actions.
Exactly. How do you define yourself, Sachiin? He is a very sensible person or very sensitive person?
Depending on the situation.
Okay.
I can be sensitive. To be honest, no. I'm only sensitive towards certain things, but I've become insensitive and immune with my experiences in life. But doesn't mean that I'm not sensible. I try and think before I do my actions.
Okay, so you always speak through brain before speaking to your mouth?
I always speak through my heart.
That's nice. Okay.
And brain just adds on value if it can. If not, then I leave it. Once a wise man told me that it's always good to speak less and show more.
Fine. So now in India, especially Tamil Nadu, the main problem now is the NEET exams, the education system and everything. How do you look into that system, education system, and what is your opinion about the NEET?
I read a very interesting tweet from somebody recently. Then there was a teacher standing in one side, and there was one monkey, one elephant, one horse, one snake. They were all standing in one line. Okay. And teacher was trying to teach them how to climb a tree. Okay. So that's how our education system is in India. Okay. Not just about Tamil Nadu. Okay. Between a monkey, horse, and elephant and snake, how can you teach them how to climb a tree? Okay. Great. Because we've come up with that thought process. Our education system has not evolved much. In the private sector it has, but government sector also it has to change that, and they have to understand
Okay.
and change the education system. They have to understand that every person is different.
Exactly.
Their needs are different. Their understanding is different. You can't put a knit and expect everybody to go through the same syllabus or format. It's a central board related exercise. But a person who's studying in Tamil Nadu is learning a state syllabus, and you are expecting them to answer in central syllabus. It is stupidity, and it is very unfortunate that a girl went through so much of trauma, Anita, and she went through such bad things. And finally she had to commit suicide, and that's the worst thing. I think the government and the education minister should look up to it and either create one syllabus for the entire country so that they grow and develop in that direction, or abolish an entrance exam which a state syllabus person cannot attend to.
In what way your family helps in your profession in cinema? Because you have to have it, do it, and romance with all the girls. How do they look after it, and how do they help into it?
I think no woman is going to like another woman in the frame. But thankfully, in my case, I've been very fortunate because my wife was also an actress. She understands this is all about cinema. It's creativity. It's about you are doing whatever you're doing. It's just a part of your job. It's not something that you're trying to do it for your personal gains. So she's very supportive and positive.
Fine, that's nice. And if you want to remake a good story from a book into a film, which book do you select, and which script and content you will select?
Unfortunately, there are many books that have been good books that I've read have been taken over by production houses in India.
Okay.
But definitely, I really enjoy and feel my life journey is somewhere going to be like that eventually.
Okay.
There was a book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Okay.
So my life is somewhere in that direction. I would love to remake that into a full-fledged film.
Fantastic. And you have been introduced by Ram Gopal Verma. You say a few words about Ram Gopal Verma.
I think he's been one of the most intelligent and brilliant talents that we had in the country. Very unique in his approach and thought process. But again, he's lost the plot somewhere.
Okay.
The biggest challenge that he faces, which I've understood of spending some time with him, is that he cannot stick to a thought or be firm to a thought for a long time.
Okay.
He gets bored pretty easily, or he wants to switch to the other world, or he wants to do many things. But in those, he loses the concentration and focus on a specific project. And that could be the reason I feel he's unable to do his magic, what he used to do, or he used to capable of doing. But if he gets back to that focus and that patience, I think he can always, as a talent, he can always mount.
And about Director Satya, when he narrated the script, what was your...
First of all, I would say he is a very bad narrator.
Okay.
He doesn't know how to narrate. Well, he tries, but it's like I just gave an example to somebody. Satya is like that painter. If you ask him to talk what he's going to paint, he wouldn't know. Most of the painters, they cannot talk about their painting. Exactly. But when they put the expression on the canvas, it looks beautiful, or it shows what it is. So for me, I was initially skeptical when I was listening to his narration, or through the writers, I understood the film while we were doing it. But when I saw the film, I was really happy, because what he's done is a job which is beyond fantastic. Yeah. Yes.
Fantastic. And about your music director, Taman?
Taman is again a good talent, but sometimes he's like that, Hanuman kind of a situation. You have to wake him up and tell him you have some talent, and you have to deliver. Okay. This is your capability. And if you tell him that, and if he has that interest, and if he really focuses on it, he can give some great music. Like, I've been fortunate with Yarivan, I've got some great music.
Isha Gupta.
Isha Gupta has been, she's the actress and lead in the film. She's been Miss India. She's done films in Hindi. She wants to grow more as an actor. She's definitely a hard-working girl, and I think with this film, she will definitely go places.
About Kishore?
Kishore again, man with few words.
Okay.
Doesn't talk much. You just tell him what he needs to do, and he'll improvise it and understand and do it so good that you don't have to next time tell him what needs to be done.
Okay.
He's done a brilliant performance in his character. I think he'll be one of the highlights of the film.
And Satish, comedian.
Oh, Satish is playing a character of my friend. And by the end of the film, he's become my friend. So he's the only person that I can say that I had challenging moments to shoot with. Because most of the time, even if he's serious, he looks funny.
Okay.
And I have to be serious in my character. So we had good moments, and he's done it well. His natural timing is too good, and that really helped me also to open up in that scene with him.
See, when coming into the Tamil audience, they don't look about the language. If the persons are really talented, they welcome in the red carpet and celebrate them.
Correct.
And you are introducing here as a hero, Yarivan. So what do you feel about Tamil audience and what do you expect from them?
As you said, I believe it totally. Tamil audience is only interested in looking creativity, good talent. They want to see good films. They want to be entertained.
Exactly.
For them, it doesn't matter who it is, where it is, and how it is. For them, they want to enjoy cinema. And as far as Tamil technicians go or the industry goes, they've always fascinated me because the kind of creativity they come up with, and with so professionally and with such short of time, it's commendable. Okay. I think amongst all the industries that I've worked, the talent from Tamil industry is path-breaking. The developments that they do, the kind of research researches that they come up with, and finally they deliver it on screen. So that is something which is very unique.
Okay.
So I think I'm here for good, and I think I will really enjoy working with Tamil cinema.
Okay. Have Sachiin met Sachiin?
I have, yes, but very limited interaction.
Okay. What is said about when the two Sachins met?
It was a good hello, hi, everything is good, well. I told him that, we share the name in common, but you are a legend and I'm a nobody who's just beginning to progress in life. So I hope I do justice to the name Sachin.
Okay. When you tell about Yarivan, it says mystery thriller, and you are in the jail, you are playing kabaddi, and people are chasing you. You are on the other side, you are romancing the heroine. If you tell about the script in 1 or 2 lines, what will you tell?
I think it's one of the finest screenplays that I've ever heard.
Okay.
And I've never seen a screenplay like this in the films that I've seen or the scripts that I've heard. So that's the biggest highlight of this film, wherein you have so many shades, so many different characters, so many different situations, and it flows like one film. That is where the audience is going to enjoy it the most.
You said earlier, Tamil audience welcomes the new talent and everything. They just need one to entertain. And what is the audience perspective point of view? Why they want to watch Yarivan? What is an interesting fact in that?
As I just said, it's the script. They want to watch something new, something interesting, something out of the box. They want to watch something challenging. I mean, they just don't want to watch routine cinema. Okay. That they get enough. That is why, even if you see, the world is changing. Yeah. All the new artists that are coming up, the new talent is getting appreciated more and more. Yeah. It's because they're thinking different. Okay. That difference is what is there in Yarivan, and that is going to enjoy and entertain the audience.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.